I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line.
So we're doing a little bit of primitive weapons today. Primitive arms, whatever you want to call it. Trying to do this with the drip because it's a little windy, and that's why I'm holding the microphone. This is a Red Wing Hunter, 58 inch, 49 pounds. I've had this since I was about 12, and probably about it was new to me when I got it, so it's probably about a 45 or 50-year-old bow. I got it when I was about 12, so about 35 years ago. Still works, still does well. It's taken some gear in its time. This is a hunting bow, and this is a Bill Lee signature bow. It was given to me by my dad. It's a takedown type bow. There's Allen heads right here. You can pop the limbs off. Been customized by my dad's. Got some Diamondback scales on it, and these furry things are limb protectors to keep it from getting nicked up. But this is a 66-inch, 42-pound bow, and a little bit of higher quality than my little hunting bow there, but nonetheless, we'll show you how to string one up. Okay, so this here's a bow stringer. One end it's got a loop with a like a bumper on it, rubber bumper. This end has a cap on it. It's going to go over the end of the limb, and put your foot down on it, and it bends the limbs for you. So this here obviously is the bow and the string. So one end has the string right over the end of the limb. This end has the string right over the limb like that. So I'm going to line that stringer up. So hopefully you can hear the rest of this. So the bumper goes on one end over here, just like that. And this side goes over the end, where you got the string right around. That's where it's being held. So you just drop that over that end like that. Put your foot down on it. I'm going to back up so you can see. Gotta make sure you're all right in the grooves. Make sure the knock is in the right place. You want it to be right where you put the arrow in. Be just like that. Goes right up against the knock right there. So this here's the bear bow. Give her a shot here. Take a couple practice shots. one here is the Bill Lee, more of a target bow. Knock this one up and see how it goes. I know. Not too bad for an old fart that hasn't touched this shit in a year. So to continue on with our primitive arms or weapons little ditty here, we're going to continue on with some black powder stuff. This is traditional black powder stuff. I'll put you down here for a second. This is a, it's called a Kentucky rifle. It is a cap lock percussion rifle. Some of the very original ones would have had a flintlock with a rock striker against a flat flash plate and a touch hole where some powder would go on the inside. These are also referred to as a muzzle loader, and I'll show you later. But your powder and your bullet go down the front, and you pack them down with a ramrod. This particular one, because it's they call it a percussion rifle or cap lock, there's a nipple right here that you place a cap with some, I guess it's nitroglycerin or some type of chemical compound when the hammer actually strikes. It squishes the cap just like in a modern rifle, sends a spark into the barrel and sends a charge up. So we've got a cap lock, we've got a set trigger and a trigger, front sight or rear sight, front sight. This particular one has buckhorn sight. They carried their own ramrods. They were integral to the gun. I don't particularly use this one because it's a little tough to get in and out. Most of the adornments were brass. Butt plate was brass. These were custom set in there by my father. There's a star, if you can see it. There's a star burst, and right here is an acorn. This particular gun is a 45 caliber. A lot of the original Kentucky rifles were 36 caliber, squirrel rifles, rabbit rifles, that kind of thing. So that hence the acorn. I believe it's also a sign of hunting prosperity. Most of the symbols from that era had some type of meaning to them. This here is a Kentucky pistol. This pistol, it was a kit I made when I was about 11 or 12, something like that. Comes all unassembled. You have to finish the stock and stuff like that, but just like the rifle, the barrel goes to the end. This one's got a brass adornment on the end. It's also a cap lock, and it has a ramrod integral to it also. This one is also 45 caliber. So we're going to be shooting at today some clay pigeons. I'm going to set them over on the bank over there. And we've got some soda cans. I think I'll be shooting the pistol at that because it's not quite as long range. Back in the day they would carry a leather possibles bag. So inside this you would carry everything you needed to clean the gun. And that's kind of what I've done with this. And no, it's not immerse. I've got a powder flask, bullet lubricant, as this actually has two purposes. I've got bullets, and I can get them out, caps. So try to do a chin cam here. Get this open. These right here are the caps that go on the nipple. Basically, they'll either be brass or copper, and inside it you'll see the green substance that makes the spark. This is black powder. This has a pre-charge, I believe, of either 25 grains or so. It's black. There's black powder, it's sulfur and carbon and saltpeter and a few other things. They make an explosive compound. This is a nipple wrench. You put on the nipple to take it in or out. And somewhere in here, this is a ball starter. They're tough to get started because you want them to mash into the rifling, and you pound it down in like that. This is pillow ticking. Explain that in a minute. And this is a powder charger. You set the powder charge. You see the numbers in there. So these are by 10. So 10, 20, 30. We want to do 45 grains for the rifle. So what you would do is you would pop the funnel open, open it up and pour the black powder in there, put the funnel back over, and then you would pour it down the barrel. The bullets we're going to be using today, traditionally they had a round ball, and these are what's called a mini ball. There's also a maxi ball later on, which had a conical shape to the bottom of it, but this is a mini ball, and the grooves you see there fill up the rifling. When the charge is set off behind it, the conical shape gives it a better aerodynamic quality. All right, so we'll show you how to load a black powder gun. Set that back just a little bit. First you need to open up your lube. That's bullet lube. It's more like soap. I'm going to use a charge that's in the flask. So first thing, this thing hasn't been shot in a while, so you need to put a cap in there. Oops. You need to put a cap on the nipple. Goes on there just like that. Press down. Oops. These are probably the wrong size for this pistol. There we go. Like I said, you need to do that to clear the chamber. That's probably why I didn't really start off right there. So we've also got one on here. See, that's how it sits on the nipple. Pull the set trigger. Just discard the old cap. So always wear hearing protection. Got my cheapo hearing protectors there. So this one does not have a set trigger, it's just one simple trigger. So powder charge, there's a little lever there. Open it up and shake the powder down into the top. Down it goes. Take yourself out a bullet and you dip a little bit of lubricant in there. This does a couple of things. It makes it, obviously it's a lubricant, and it helps the bullet get to the end of the barrel. Bullet starter, and you need to get it down to the bottom of the barrel. Pack it up against the powder so it gets it does not have a gap in there. If it has a gap in there, it means that there'll be too much gases and you could damage your barrel, could blow up the gun. Definitely don't want to do that. This is a I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is a replica by a Italian firm called Pedersoli. Make some of the best deals out there. I'm going to tilt you guys up here so you can see what I'm doing at the end of the gun. So, unlike the pistol, I need to measure this charge, and I've got 45 grains in there. Not sure if you can see the stamping on there. So this one here, we're back to the flask, and we're going to just pour this stuff right in there. So you want to kind of heap it over just a little bit, and then the swinging action polishes it off to exactly the 45 grains. Down the barrel it goes. Again, you want to pull yourself out a bullet. Put a little bit of lubricant on there. Press it in. Give it a good start. Make sure she's down to the bottom of the barrel. So now the next part will be to put a cap right on the nipple. I'm not going to do that right now until I'm ready to go shoot. So I just want to explain something you may not know, a little trivia you'll never need to know, but have you ever heard the term going off half-cocked? Well, there's two settings on either a flintlock or a percussion lock. As It's what's called half cocked and then full cock. So when it's on half cock, it's like a safety. You would carry that with your cap on there, or your charge in the touch hole if it was a flintlock, while you were hunting. So this would be like safe. That's hence the term going off half cocked. Is these guns that get carried for 100 years, and great-great-grandson walking around in the woods, the action would loosen up and the hammer would fall on the cap, shooting when he didn't really want to, and hence the term going off half cocked. There you go.
Early one morning, with time to kill, I borrowed Jeb's rifle and sat on the hill. I saw a lone rider crossing the plain. I drew a bead on him to practice my aim. My brother's rifle went off in my hand. A shot rang out across the land. The horse he kept running, the rider was dead. I hung my head, I hung my head. I set off running to wake from the dream. My brother's rifle went into the sheen. I kept on running into the Southlands. That's where they found me, my head in my hands. The sheriff, he asked me, why had I run? And then it came to me, just what I had done. And all for no reason, just one piece of lead. I hung my head, I hung my head. Courthouse, the whole town was there. I see the judge high up in his chair. Explain to the courtroom what went through your mind, and we'll ask the jury what verdict they find. I felt the power of death over life. I orphaned his children, I widowed his wife. I begged their forgiveness, I wish I was dead. I hung my head, I hung my head, I hung my head, I hung my head. Early one morning, with time to kill, I see the gallows up on the hill. And out in the distance, a trick of the brain, I see a lone rider crossing the plain.
So this is a Cabela's walking stick, and a couple of the neat features it has is this top comes off. It's got a 1/4-20 thread on there, so you can mount a camera on there. Plus, it comes with a gun rest. We'll show you how that works. Truth in advertising, all but 3 of the targets are still up, so we didn't have a very good shooting day, but we tried. That was mostly about demonstration anyway. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to clean these bad boys. I'm going to start with a demonstration on the pistol, and then I can just show you on the rifle. But this is just simple windshield washer fluid. You want to use something that's not too corrosive or caustic. Works excellent. Dries off really quickly, doesn't leave water in the barrel. This to follow along with the windshield washer is windshield washer hose. So we want to dunk that hose in there, put that windshield washer fluid on the ground, and right where we put the cap, we're going to put that windshield washer hose, if it's going to cooperate. There we are. Nice tight fit because it's going to have some suction on it, some pressure going out. This is pillow ticking. They would have used this for pretty much a lot of things: shirts, pillows, for round balls. They used to shoot what looks like a ball bearing out of these things, but it was made out of lead. They would have had to use this to seal for the gases, but it's also used to clean. I'm going to put a little bit of lube on it so it sticks to the ramrod. See, most everything back then had multiple purposes for it, so you didn't have to carry so much, because everything you had to carry with you. So we're going to dump just a little bit down the barrel so we can hopefully get some suction here. I need a little rag to give me some purchase on this thing. Oops.
Woke up this morning, happy as could be. Looked out my window, and what did I see? Now coming up my sidewalk, just as plain as day. Well, here come trouble that I never thought I'd see when you went away. Hello, trouble, come on in. You talk about heartaches, where in the world you been? I ain't had the miseries since you've been gone. Hello, trouble, 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 welcome home.
So what you want to do is just put a light coat of lube on the barrel, and it'll keep it from rusting. And I'm going to run a little bit of lube down the inside of the barrel. Can't believe there's people in the forest, all the way out to the forest, and all they can do is honk their horns. Yeehaw. So we had a little interruption there. Lost a patch down the barrel, and I had to remove the nipple, pour powder in there, put the nipple back in, put a cap on there, and blow it out. So fix that, got that going, and I'll show you the rifle from a distance.
Well, my name, it is Sam Hall, Sam Hall. Yes, my name, it is Sam Hall, it is Sam Hall. My name, it is Sam Hall, and I hate you one and all, and I hate you one and all. Damn your eyes. I killed a man, they said, so they said. I killed a man, they said, so they said. I killed a man, they said, and I smashed in his head, and I left him laying dead. Damn his eyes. But a-swingin' I must go, I must go. A-swingin' I must go, I must go. A-swingin' I must go. while you critters down below yell up, Sam, I told you so. Well, damn your eyes,